This is 107.8 Radio Jackie.
Sir Michael Caine has described Sir Michael Parkinson as irreplaceable following the chat show host's death at the age of 88. The 90-year-old actor says he was charming and he always looked forward to being interviewed by him. Close friend Patrick Collins, who's the former president of the Sports Journalists Association, says Sir Michael didn't have much time for the way 21st century stars operate.
He couldn't be one for dealing with agents and publicists and all the rest of the clutter that goes around big name stars. You know, he used to say of certain sports stars, he said, he's got nothing interesting to say. You know, why would you need to surround him with so many people?
A British Museum staff member's been sacked after priceless items from its collection were found to be missing, stolen or damaged. The institution says it will take legal action and police are investigating. Christopher Marinello is a lawyer and the founder of Art Recovery International. He says things like this are constantly happening around the world, but he's hopeful some pieces can be found.
If a proper list is prepared, we might be able to recover everything that was stolen except jewelry. Gold, diamonds, jewels tend to be melted down, recut and dispersed and hidden in that way.
A woman from Esher is calling on the Mayor of London to rethink TfL's decision to axe daily travel cards by January. Travel cards enable customers to board a train to London and covers the journey between travel zones 1 to 6. Katie Blake says she doesn't understand how people will be able to get back to working in the city.
There's been a lot of talk about wanting London to be resilient, to bounce back strong post-pandemic. What is not being considered here is the impact this is going to have on a workforce and businesses who rely on a workforce being able to come to London and actually having the desire to pay at their own cost to come and go to an office. This is going to fly in the face of that because a lot of people are going to say, hang on a second, it's going to cost me 50% more to travel into London. I'm going to do less days.
Transport for London says it's a requirement of our funding settlement with government for us to deliver considerable savings. That was a deal that was required solely because of the impact of the pandemic. The proportion of top marks handed to A-level students across Britain is down on last year, but still above levels before the pandemic. More than a quarter of pupils have been given either an A or an A star, down by around 9% compared with 12 months ago. That's still higher than in 2019, when over a third got full marks. Vivian Stern from Universities UK says pupils in England won't be affected by efforts to return to pre-pandemic grading.
The universities are very, very well versed in how to interpret the grades in context, which means that it doesn't disadvantage a student that we've got a slightly different approach to grading this year.
Former England midfielder Karen Carney says the Lionesses have reached another level a year on from their European Championship triumph. They could win the Women's World Cup for the first time when they play Spain on Sunday's final in Sydney. Carney thinks England have superior knowledge heading into the showdown.
Lucy Bronze and Kira Walsh play over in Barcelona, so we'll know a lot of the players. We know their style. It's just about making sure that we bring our style, and I think that mental ability as well that we have is why I think we're winners, and I'm really confident going into the final on Sunday.
Crystal Palace midfielder Michael Olise has signed a new 4-year deal with the club, ending speculation of him leaving for Chelsea. Palace chairman Steve Parish announced the news on social media, saying he was absolutely delighted. It had previously been reported that Chelsea had activated a release clause in Olise's contract in an attempt to lure him to Stamford Bridge. That's the latest. I'm Madelaine Dowds.
Carshalton, Walton and Teddington. This is the sound of South West London. Radio Jackie.